Hello and welcome back to First Thoughts Podcast. I'm Simon, this is Justin. Today we're giving our first thoughts on, what is that meme? The writer's barely disguised fetish?
Well, that was a movie.
Of course, we were talking about the Emerald Fennell adaptation of quotation marks, Wuthering Heights. Why are there quotations in the title? Well, ask her. She'll give you a great response. Before we dive in, I want to read a quick little blurb here by Therese Laxon, who wrote for Collider, and she said, Emerald Fennell's film is merely telling a shallow story about two people overcoming all obstacles to fall in love. Not necessarily awful on paper, but it's an adaptation that feels like a 14-year-old skimmed the book and jumped to her own conclusions without any true understanding of the novel. As a couple of guys who have not seen any other adaptation nor read the book, Wuthering Heights, that's what it fucking felt like, but we didn't know, so it's good to have some confirmation. I wrote in my notes, which I don't typically take notes, but we knew there's going to be a little gap here between watching it, driving to this other theater to talk about it, and, not to get real topical, but, right now everybody's worried about the AI boom, right? People like AI, they're going to take the jobs of filmmakers and artists and all that stuff.
Eventually.
Maybe Emerald Fennell, because I think she's probably the only director working right now that you could just completely replace by AI and nobody would notice. In other words, not a fan. Her movies typically have some really cool abstract imagery to them and just absolutely zero substance. To call her style over substance is a compliment to what she actually does. She is dog shit, and I don't like her movies. And this one was wildly bad at times, so much so that it was funny. Justin, how do you feel?
I gotta find out if I've seen any of her other movies.
You haven't.
Okay.
She did. So she did a short film that nobody liked, and somehow that propelled her to getting her first debut feature film, which was Promising Young Woman, which was a very divisive film that I gave a 5 when I reviewed it. She then went on to make Saltburn, which had some, I think, Oscar buzz.
That sounds familiar.
It had some positive reviews from the critics and was just a very, very fucked up, weird movie. I didn't see it. I've heard some things, and I don't want to watch it. Because from what I know, somebody jerks off in a bathtub and another guy licks it off the bathtub.
Look who it is.
Oh, of course it's Jacob Elordi. Welcome back, buddy.
Yep.
And Barry Keoghan. Anyway, so I'm not a fan of Emerald Fennell. How are you feeling, Justin?
This movie was mostly overall bad. And I didn't know if that was the book or just the movie. But oh my God, some parts of this movie were goddamn amazing in all the wrong ways. I was at the edge of my seat. I was so engrossed in this movie.
Yeah.
For all the wrong reasons.
Right.
But oh my God, was it crazy. And I don't know if I didn't get through the book synopsis enough yet, because there's already a lot of
differences?
Yeah, it still hits a lot of the same
Ideas.
rough
Yeah,
outline of the book, but there's a lot of different ways we got there.
Once again, we didn't read the book. We've read synopses, and we know basics about it.
Like usual.
For instance, I know my mom loves the book, so I can use that. I can use that piece of information to know this is very different than whatever's in that book, because my mom would hate this movie. Because this movie, all I can say is, judging based off of the moments of good story that peek through, I even said that to you during the movie, I was like, I can see the remnants here of a good story. It's been molested, but it's there. I feel like this movie has to be, also based on that blurb I read from Collider, it is the 50 Shades of Vacation of a classic novel, where you took a classic story, a la The Great Gatsby or Count of Monte Cristo, it's very similar to both of those in a lot of ways, and you just dumbed it the fuck down, made it porn,
hilarious,
and made it self-aware and quirky so that it's for dumb millennial women with no taste. which is who I think Emerald Fennell makes most of her movies for. So, yeah, I really hated
Listen, this is for the women
this.
who are going to be fanning themselves in the seats the entire time.
Mm.
All right? Now, don't go Margot Robbie in that one scene in the
On
theater,
the beach,
all right?
or wherever the fuck she was.
I think she was like on the cliffs or
Cliffs,
whatever.
yes. Yeah. I mean, even just having cast Margot Robbie in this is a clear indication of who it's for, because it's supposed to be about young people. And then you cast, no offense, a 35-year-old.
See, the crazy thing is, like, I had only seen the trailer. I didn't know anything about it. I assumed it was about an older woman falling in love with a younger guy.
Right.
And then I find out that I think he's supposed to be older than her.
Regardless, they're both supposed to be young.
Or around
though.
the same age.
Yeah.
And when they're kids,
They're the same
you
age.
clearly see that.
Yeah.
And then they're adults, and it's Margot Robbie.
And then there's a decade age gap for some reason. Yeah. And it's wild.
But listen, take it from me. A guy who's seen at least one, maybe two, of the 50 Shades of Grey movies.
Same. I saw 2 exactly.
One
of them in theaters, in
this
fact.
was all around better.
All around better in what way? They're both amusing.
Oh yeah, but this was funnier.
Was it?
At
I don't
times.
know. My favorite part, and I think about this almost every day, to this day, I think it's in 50 Shades Freed? I forget which one it is.
I think that might be the third one.
But at one point they're driving and they're trying to get somewhere quickly. And so they're stuck behind a guy and he goes, "Quick, flash your high beams. They have to move out of the way if you do that." I'm like, "Oh, do they?" It's the law. They have to get out of your way. And everybody's like, gets out of the way as they're flashing their high beams.
Listen, he's rich, out of touch, and correct. It's clear.
But anyway, this movie, because we're reviewing this movie.
Sure.
It's dog shit. It's dog water. It's dog... What else? Bones? Biscuits? What other dog things are bad?
It's a dog wiping its ass on the carpet.
Yeah. Doing the booty scoot.
Yep.
Boot scooting dogs. That's what this is. It's not good.
Just walk up, just hop up on your lap, piss right on you. That's this movie.
Yeah, one of those annoying little lap dogs that's just a glorified squeak toy. That's what this is. And I don't shut up. Anyway, I said this to you during the movie as well. There's a very famous scene in, I believe, Pride and Prejudice. I could be getting that wrong. Where Mr. Darcy, so yeah, Pride and Prejudice, is walking away from talking to one of, Keira Knightley or whoever. And he, flexes his hand. And it's supposed to be, a small, subtle symbol of, how strong his feelings are toward her because he just touched her and now his hand is brah. And that is the phrase, the female gaze. Not lesbians, the female gaze.
Yes.
And it's how women watch stuff and how men watch stuff are very different. That's why women directors very rarely win Oscars, if we're being honest, because they direct movies very differently. And sometimes it's great to see it in a different perspective. This movie, however, it felt like every scene was an attempt to recapture that, female gaze moment. We're going to make memes about this. It's just Jesus, you're trying too hard.
Well, listen, there are some scenes in this movie that are going to get some memes made about it if this gets any sort of popularity.
Oh, it will. Every single lady, Beyonce included, is going to this movie this weekend. And there's going to be a lot of wet seats, and I'm going to be very uncomfortable. And that's why we saw it on opening night when nobody's going to be there, because nobody goes to movies on Thursdays. Except us. Hey,
man, this was more packed than some of our other movies.
What, there was 10 people.
I know.
Anyway, yeah. If you're a fan of the book, I think you'll hate this. If you're a fan of middle-aged lady smut, this might be more up your alley. It's bad. The writing's bad. The visuals have their moments, but don't make sense. Like I said, it felt like this movie could be AI generated for all I knew. I will give Jacob Elordi props that he tried. He had a bit of a fun accent going. It sounded like he watched a bunch of Christian Bale movies in preparation for this, or maybe interviews. It sounded like he was trying to be Christian Bale, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm no expert on the British accent, but I feel like he jumped a few regions in England. I know they're both Australian.
What they didn't do was when he got rich, spoiler, his accent didn't change. He didn't start talking like an aristocrat. He still talked like a poor piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, they should have fixed that.
He did look richer.
But he didn't act or sound any different. And I was like, you should.
Well, he had a cane. He walked with a cane. He smoked a pipe.
Yeah.
That's rich activities.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a really bad movie. Even as far as like softcore porn romance movies go, it's not good. There's nothing new or original, and it's kind of boring. There's not really anything sexy about it. It's kind of just lame.
There's nothing really sexy about it, unless you're walking into this movie having very much the hots for Jacob Elordi and or Margot Robbie. Probably helps if the hots for both.
Sure.
But
I mean, they're
there's
both
not a
attractive
hell of
people.
a lot. Because the other stuff, outside of the direct Margot Robbie and Jacob scenes together, is just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's not sexy in any way.
Also, what is the fetish of like sitting on things called? Because they sit on some stuff in this for some reason.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know why that's a fetish, by the way.
I mean, there's
not kink shaming,
everything's
but
a fetish.
everything's a fetish. Yeah,
literally anything.
Speaking of which, there's some fetishes on display in this movie. Boy, oh boy. So I guess if you're into that shit, then this movie's probably better.
Yeah. I don't know how much we want to get into that, but
Not much.
Okay,
we'll get into that in spoilers.
Yeah. But yeah, no, if you got some kink to you, because the book from the synopsis I'm reading didn't have much kink. But
It's
if you
the
got some kink to you,
1840s, Justin. What do you think they're gonna? You think they're gonna write about riding people and on harnesses and shit?
well, listen, it's literature. You know, we gotta make some illusions.
You think they're talking about rape and calling each other bitch?
She galloped on
No, dude.
the stallion.
You think my mom read that?
Listen, man,
Have you met my mom?
my parents were young. My mom doesn't talk about her past either. You know, I don't know.
No.
I'm not trying to think about it either. But,
No. There was such modernization bullshit. Like, I mean, this is like when you see like a local theater's interpretation of Shakespeare. We're not going to do it the old boring way. We're going to do it modern and hip and fun. That's what this felt like for 2.5 hours. Except it wasn't Shakespeare. It was whoever wrote Wuthering Heights. But classic literature being bastardized before our eyes. That's what this was. And I'm offended on my own behalf that this was the first iteration I have ever been exposed to of this story. Not that I don't think I would love the original story either, but I would appreciate it a lot more.
it's so different.
All right, yeah, we're gonna get into spoilers. As you can tell, we didn't like it. No. It's pretty much just terrible in every way, but it does look good and some of the acting is fine. So I was jokingly rating it a 1 during the movie. I think I'd realistically give it a 3 because I just said 2 positive things about it. So, Justin?
Up until this movie got hilarious, I was very much thinking of 5. I don't think it stuck the landing, even though I thought some parts were hilarious. I'm going to go 4.
That's generous. All right, we're getting into spoilers now. So if you don't want anything spoiled, you should click away. I'm not going to say go watch it. I'm not. Bye, guys.
Go read it, and then go watch it and rage.
Yeah. And he may mean alcohol when he says rage. Either way works. Get really mad, get drunk off your ass. Either one works. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, all that. Bye. So, spoilers. I'm guessing this is actually from the book because it's kind of like the whole premise is, she marries the wrong guy, quotations.
Yes.
And regrets it, cheats on him with her old love, and then ends up dying in regret. Is that how it goes in the book?
Honestly, this synopsis here doesn't even make mention if they ever hook up again after he comes back into her life.
Based on the text of Wuthering Heights, Catherine and Heathcliff do not sleep together or engage in sexual relationship after she marries Edgar Lytton. Their connection remains intensely emotional and spiritual, often described as a sexless but all-consuming bond rather than a physical one. Jesus Christ, this movie sucks.
They were fucking everywhere in this movie.
This movie's porn.
This movie is insane porn.
Maybe I would like the book then, because like
The book is so different.
What I was leading up to was I don't like. It's a very common thing in a certain kind of chick flick, where people just cheat on. Well, I shouldn't say people. It's mostly women cheating on their husband or boyfriend to go back to the old fling because they married for the wrong reasons. And I fucking hate that. Because it's such a selfish love story that pretends that only the main characters matter.
Exactly.
And
because
I fucking
if our
hate
main
that.
characters are happy, all is right in the world. And
No.
karma is great. And screw that other guy who's, probably killing himself later.
Yeah, and that's the guy I always sympathize with because I watch it going, I'm Edgar. Not that I've ever had that happen, but like I'm watching it thinking like, this poor dude.
No, I feel like most guys would be in these situations.
Yeah,
Maybe
and that's
not
why
they're for
most
us.
guys hate these chick flicks, and the women go, what are you talking about? It's like, because, supposedly, men can't sympathize or empathize. We do, with the poor schlub that you're cheating on. Fuck you! Same reason, like, movies like The Notebook kind of suck. And fucking Brokeback Mountain. Not that that's the woman cheating, it's dudes because they're gay. But it's another reason those plots suck. So, yeah, apparently we took a classic literature plot and fucked it to hell by making it just about sex, about kinky sex, by the way, and also just making it every other dumb I was going to say rom-com. It's not. There's nothing funny about it, except, well, intentionally. Every dumb chick flick ever.
Whoever wrote this, I guess? Maybe it's not the director. Maybe it's just the writers.
No, it is Emerald Fennell. She adapted it by herself.
Okay, then that person.
She sucks.
She has some BDSM, humiliation, some masochism, sadism, kinks. It's just...
Out the wazoo.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But, like, it's everywhere in this movie.
What was the sister's name?
Isabella?
Yeah.
Yeah. She appears to be nothing like her movie counterparts.
Oh, really? I am shocked. I can't imagine that this nerdy girl turned BDSM plaything wasn't in a 1840s novel.
But let's be real.
That my mom read.
Let's be real. Was she not the best part of the movie?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
She went from nerdy weirdo to fucking freaky deek, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I like Margot Robbie. I wasn't watching Margot Robbie, though, okay? I was distracted by the girl in the dog collar. That's all I'm saying.
After Margot Robbie tells, Jacob to fuck off eventually, he goes to get revenge by screwing her husband's sister, Isabella.
Yeah, completely making him irredeemable in any way.
He steps in like he's fucking Griffith from Berserk, if you get that reference.
I don't.
Is
it anime?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. Goddamn weeb.
Hey, it fits. Good. Even with the rain, too.
I don't care.
But he sleeps with her, and it's the craziest scene. Is he's just like,
hey, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you.
You want me
to stop? No. Okay, cool. I'm going to never love you. And you want me to stop? No. Okay, I'm going to marry you solely to get revenge on the person I do love. Do you want me to stop? I said, do you want me to stop? Oh, no. Very good.
Wait, but you got the best part. I'm going to think about her every single time I'm with you.
And she's into it.
You want me to stop?
And then, no. she starts giving it back, too. She's like, you can't write, you little bitch boy.
Yeah, she started getting fucked, and she got some backbone in her.
Yeah. Yeah. Complete 180 on that character.
She started giving as good as she was getting.
Complete 180. And then she's like acting like a dog, all chained up, barking in the corner.
Which because, like, okay,
eating out of his hand.
At one point, he has her. No, at one point, the caretaker Nellie is reading a letter from Isabella, and it seems like Isabella is is like
help.
She got like
help.
Stockholm syndrome
Yeah.
in this crazy sadomasochistic relationship she's
Yeah.
in with Jacob Elordi. And then they cut over to the next scene and you find out that
It's a ploy.
yeah, it's a ploy and she's in on it.
Yeah.
I could have sworn the dog stuff was gonna be a ploy.
It kind of. I mean, it was.
But they were just. But like, they didn't know
But
she was
she
coming.
enjoyed it.
You know, she very much looked like she enjoyed it, and they didn't know she was coming that day.
Well, they thought Catherine was coming.
But they didn't know.
Yeah, because he said Catherine's here and opened the door.
They assumed she's here, but like,
Yeah.
how many days have gone by of letters not showing up and all that
She's
shit?
just chained in the corner waiting for it.
Every day until there's a knock on the door, and it's like, all right,
Put the collar on.
Catherine's here, bitch. Bark.
And you hear barking when she's outside, and I'm like, oh, they brought the stupid little dog with them? And then you go in, and it's the lady barking. I'm like, oh! Alrighty then.
Oh my god.
I really enjoyed that scene. I enjoyed very little in this movie, but I enjoyed that scene.
But let's not also forget the true awakening scene from Margot Robbie. Because it's not very clear of when she falls in love with him outside of...
From the beginning. She was in love the whole time.
They show it at the end where she's in love with him.
You could have picked up on it even without
I
that scene.
figured, but they kind of make it seem like at parts she starts to fall deeper in love with him, or she starts
The
to
first
really
fucking
admit it.
scene, not literally, but the first scene as adults, they're sitting on the cliff and she's trying to make him jealous by talking about how the other guy's going to marry her.
I get
That's
all
the
that.
first fucking interaction as adults.
I get all that, but this is her like real awakening.
Sexual awakening.
Not just
Yeah, she didn't know about
not
BDSM.
just making it, not just like first graders teasing the people they like,
Yeah.
No. So
Well, she was too proper to masturbate or have kinky sex before that.
But she's spying on two people
Having sex in his house, by the way.
Yeah, fucking in the barn, and he fucking.
You know he lives up there, and you're like, here, let's have really loud BDSM sex right underneath him.
He grabs a bullwhip, which I thought was gonna be crazy. Of course, he didn't whip her with it, but
Yeah.
And then he puts.
Well, she shook her head to that. There was
What's it-
consent involved.
what was
That's
it,
important.
A
kids.
brittle. The bridle?
Bridle, yeah.
He puts a
bit.
bridle
He put a
in
bit
her
in her
mouth,
mouth.
and then like pulls it taut, and she's like,
Harder.
pull it tighter.
Yeah.
And
then he starts whipping her
doggy
with
style.
something.
So Margot Robbie's watching him, and Jacob Elordi sneaks up behind her, gets on top of her, and covers her mouth and her eyes, and
Don't
just
forget, he's flexing his bicep the entire shot.
and just holds her there, just the
Until
entire
they finish.
until they finish and go away.
And then later, when she's having sex, she makes her husband read that position. I'm so confused. Like, you know how difficult it would be to assure that prank works? How many people are always sitting down on their bed before they get into bed? I don't sit down on bed before I move the blanket on again. I would go, and I'd be like, why are there fucking eggs here? How do you know also where they're going to sit on the bed? And also, if you sat on eggs, I guess they would break, but like eggs are pretty tough. I feel like you have to like break them the right way. Like like if you try and break an egg in your hand, you can't.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would have broken all 12 of them, but he probably would have broken a couple.
And then he's like fingering the egg yolks.
That was hilarious.
He's like,
he's spreading it around.
This reminds me of cum.
I thought he was gonna lick his finger.
I did too, dude. When he licked her fingers, well, okay,
No.
licking the fingers wasn't as crazy. Sniffing the finger was crazier.
Did you hear me say sniff the finger?
Oh, I was doing it too. I was going. Blah, blah, blah.
Come on, it was obvious.
Yeah, this movie was very predictable in its insanity.
He catches her masturbating on the cliff.
He's just like, yeah, love that.
He tries to express his feelings to her, takes a sniff, sucks on it a little.
Also, he fucking grabs her shirt and lifts her 6 inches off the ground. He's just like, come here.
No, I'm not leaning down for a kiss. You're getting up here. Just bam, I'm gonna curl you, bitch.
Oh, dude, when she starts crying and he licks the tears. I know he was into licking. There's a lot of licking. Sure, do your thing, dude. Licking the tears, though?
Listen. You've seen guys in romantic TV shows and romantic movies, wipe the tear from.
Thumb the tear away.
Well, listen, now he's licking the tear away.
You didn't help make that any better. The words you just said, irrelevant.
It's not dry, but
No.
he's just licking it away.
And he's just like, he licks it and goes like, tasty.
It was incredible.
Insane. Also, dude, the part that made me, and once again, we're bringing back the writer's poorly hidden fetish thing. We're bringing in the fucking 50 Shades of Grey of it all. We're bringing in the fucking insanity. This was, to me, the single craziest moment in this movie.
Yeah.
She's telling him to leave. We've been doing this too much. We're going to get caught. It needs to end. And then he finds out she's pregnant too. All that happens. And he's like, I don't care. In fact, I like it. Do you think that would have scared me? I prefer it. I want to fuck you while you're pregnant with another man's baby. And I lost it, dude. I started crawling out of my seat. I was so uncomfortable.
Listen.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Listen. She would debase herself to be with him. So now everything's about debasing. You know? All this sadomasochistic sex, all this real kink freak shit.
I'm down with the kink shit.
All this fucking you while you're pregnant with his baby.
I'm down for kink shit, and I don't kink shame. The dog
Listen,
collar
I'm not
I
kink
was
shaming
chilling
either.
with.
This shit's funny. I'm just talking in terms of the movie.
But like, fucking be like, hey, it turns me on that you're pregnant from another dude.
He's turned on by the depravity of it all. You know.
Yeah, it made every character so unlikable. This movie was gross and weird and stupid. I didn't like it. And now, having heard the story, the actual story, I'm even madder. Because, like, okay, I'm not a Wuthering Heights fan, clearly, because I haven't read it. I can't be a fan of something I don't know. But I'm just imagining somebody doing that to a story I like.
Yeah.
You know? And like I said, there are moments in there that I'm like, oh, I see a good story. Like her dying at the end, I'm like, oh, man. Like, I wanted that to hit me. And it kind of did almost.
Yeah.
But the movie sucked so much I couldn't be invested. But I'm like, hell yeah. Okay, I see a good story here. There's also lines, I don't know if it's in the book or not, but there's lines in there where they're talking about, like, we can't be together. It's forbidden. And he said, then let's be together and we'll both be damned. I love shit like that. That's poetic. That's awesome. So there are fragments of a good story in there. But it's ruined by absolutely just dog shit, ass-brained filmmaking. I know it's just played out at this point, but it's pissed me off so much that it's like, why'd you leave? Why didn't you stay? I was just like, shut the fuck up. Both of you are idiots, and I hate both of you.
This one annoys me even more because it's literally just like the next day in the movie she changes her mind.
It's a big plot point in The Notebook, but in The Notebook, if I'm remembering right, it's because of like there's family pressure. Like her parents are making her marry this guy and hate that guy. And in this, it's like there's none of that.
I expected that to happen.
Right,
it seemed
because
like it was
he's
good at the
rich
beginning.
and they're poor.
Yeah.
And they're from the upper class in appearance, so they're trying to live up to that. But it's like, but there was no reason to do it outside of money. So she just made a purely selfish decision and then got pissed at him for reacting.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
I hated this. I really hated this. Who was driving the carriage?
That I was wondering that in the moment.
Like, how did they not get caught a million times?
Yeah.
They're, like, making out at the funeral. They're hooking up in the carriage.
At the funeral with workers burying or digging a grave in the background.
Yeah. There's always people around when they're doing this shit. And, like, you kind of find out that, like, Nellie knows but wasn't saying anything. And then once she tries to fire Nellie, then Nellie tells all.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but other people had to know, too.
Apparently not.
Or they just don't care.
Because, like, you think her carriage driver would be like, Nellie,
like every
where
time I
it's
park in this
him
location,
over her.
every time I park the carriage here, it starts really shaking for some reason.
They have me go walk a mile real quick for some stupid reason. You know, I came back early one time.
Every time I come back, the carriage smells like fish. Yeah. I'm like, what are we doing?
Persimmons?
And then Jacob Elordi leaves licking his fingers. I'm like, what, you guys cooking fish in there? You invite me? What the fuck? Okay, that's what we had to think. Really bad movie. What did you guys think, though? If you've seen it, let us know what you thought. Also, don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.